Alright everybody, what's going on? It's Thundershot. I am officially back from my little Christmas vacation thing I had, and by vacation I mean, yes, I left to go see my family, but the main reason there were no video uploads is because I was waiting for a bunch of computer parts to get in. A lot of them are in now, but they're going to be set up over the weekend, so you're going to slowly see me returning to making videos. Until this weekend, at least, I'm still having trouble rendering videos out. They crash. My AverMedia, as of right now, is not in yet, and it should be in by now. It's 5 in the afternoon, darn it. Anyway, anyways, we're here for another Ask FM video, so it's just me. I'm flying solo today, so we're going to be doing 15 minutes from the bottom of my ask. These are old questions that I wanted to make sure I got to one way or another, and then we'll do 15 minutes from the top, so people who are still asking new questions can have their questions asked. If you have no idea what this is, I have an Ask FM account. Link to it will be in the description down below. If you want to ask me a question, you can ask it there, and then it might make it into a video. Every question gets their shot at being answered, so there is that. But without further ado, let's get started. Excuse me. Alright, so, there we go, turn my stopwatch on. I typically don't like links. You can send me a YouTube link or something, that's okay. But I typically don't promote links or anything like that. But this link right here is actually a link to Dreams of Absolution, which is a remix of what I believe is Silver's theme from Sonic 06, but it's a 2014 remix. If I remember right, I'll leave the link in the description down below, but I'll also throw in a sound clip, not too long because I don't want to get hit with copyright or anything. But I'll throw in a sound clip or something so that way you guys can see what's up. It's actually not a bad remix. I am not a fan of Sonic 06, obviously, and I've never really been the kind of guy who likes Silver, but that is a pretty cool link, so I'm actually not going to delete that one because I don't want to lose it. How heavy do you think the Namekian Dragon Balls are by Mr. Protoman145? That's actually a really good question, but I don't think it's one that can be answered. I feel like I don't know if Bulma might have picked him up. I'm sure Bulma held him at one point in time or another. Dende probably held him at one point in time or another, but he can fly, so that's a little different. I mean, I would assume Dende's stronger than Bulma. But, I mean, about as heavy as you would imagine they are, I guess. I feel like a human being would be able to hold one under each arm and not struggle too bad with them. So, yeah, because if you think about, like, the Earth Dragon Balls, you can hold all 7 of those. And granted, they fit in both palms of your hand. But you can hold all Earth 7 Dragon Balls, and the main thing is, like, a balance issue. So I bet they're not that heavy. I bet, like, a normal person with how big they are can hold one under each arm and be completely fine. But good question, Mr. Proto Man. That's outside the box. Hi, Thundershot. Will you start doing the DBZ fights again? Nah, that DBZ Xenoverse is going to happen. The idea was always, originally I stopped doing the Dragon Ball Z fights. For those of you who don't know what it is, there are playlists on my channel, you can check them out. I did a series for the longest time called Dragon Ball Z Fights, where I played Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2, and I would pin 2 opponents. I tried to stick with 2 Dreamworld opponents that we never actually got to see fight, but would have been a good fight for the most part. I stray from that sometimes, but for the most part, Dreamworld fights that we never actually got to see that would have been cool. On Raging Blast 2, I simulated them with the computer battles, I commentated them, it was a fun time, but eventually, that series ran its course. I got out of good fights that were left to do on Raging Blast 2, so I ended the series. I was supposed to transfer games at Battle of Z, but in Battle of Z, CPU versus CPU wasn't even possible for some reason. So hopefully, yes, when Xenoverse comes back, I will bring back Dragon Ball Z fights, and we're gonna have a grand old time with that. That's the idea, anyways. Thank you for your question. Who would win, Saiyans or Namekians? Anything before the Saiyan saga. Ooh, nah. I don't know, because, well, that's a really good question. I guess it just depends on, if it's before the Saiyan saga, I would say Namekians would win, just because of, given like the strength of their warriors and where they were at. I don't know, that's a tough one. I would assume Vegito was one of the strongest Saiyans. Yeah, okay, so that's a really good question, actually. Holy crap. Let's assume Planet Vegito is still alive and thriving in full. If that's the case, that's a really good war. That is a really good war that they're about to have. If Planet Vegito's been annihilated, I don't know if I can say either way on the first one. I'm leaning towards Saiyans, but I don't know for sure. Because Vegeta isn't as strong as Vegeta is now, and most people are weaker than Vegeta on Planet Vegito. That's my thing. That's my thing with it is, with as strong as Vegeta is, I don't know if he's as strong as Nail was. Vegeta before Saiyan Saga. Vegeta pre-Saiyan Saga. I don't know if he's as strong as Nail was. because he was getting his ass kicked by Berta. We never got to find out how exactly strong Nail was either. Yeah, I think I talked about this with Qualman one time, and we came to the conclusion that Nail probably would have been Raycoom. Vegeta was as strong as Raycoom. Nail probably would have been at least helping in the fight against Raycoom, where Vegeta was just getting his butt kicked kind of thing. So, God, that is a good question. I'm going to lean towards Namekians, even if Planet Vegito's still up. I'm going to lean towards Namekians pre-Saiyan Saga after Vegito blows up. But then once Vegeta hits that certain point where he was fighting, I mean, you know, Final Form Frieza. He wasn't holding his own by any means, but once he was fighting Final Form Frieza, that would go, I mean, I think Vegeta could take out the entire planet Namek by himself. That is a really good question, though. Good job on that one. Dude who asked that question 5 months ago. These are so old. I'm sorry. It's how I do stuff. Where do you live? Like state, not address, and zip code, and social security. Yeah, that'd be a weird one to give out. I live in the USA. If you come out to Twitch live streams, you pretty much narrowed it down like I've said it before what state I live in. But I live in the USA, for anyone interested. Central Time Zone, if that matters to anybody. I've said that in videos a few times. Hey, Thundershot, do you think Goku Super Saiyan 3 could beat Super Buu with no one absorbed? No one absorbed? Yes. Yes. Yeah, because that was when Evil Buu was in full control. So yeah, nobody absorbed. I think Goku's got that one because Kid Buu, if I remember correctly, with all the math and absorbing and everybody and everything, Kid Buu was stronger than Super Buu before Super Buu absorbed everyone. Once Super Buu got Gotenks and like Gohan in there and stuff, and Piccolo and everything, Super Buu was clearly the strongest villain that we've ever seen in DBZ. But before then, Kid Buu is actually stronger than just base form Super Buu. And Goku and Kid Buu were a pretty even fight, to the point to where Goku said if he wanted to, he might have been able to beat Kid Buu. Goku says, like, in the manga, like, if Goku's at full power Super Saiyan 3, and, like, he just started, like, he's not burnt out on energy, and Kid Buu is just being Kid Buu, Goku thinks that Goku can win that fight. And I'm inclined to trust him, because he's usually right about that stuff. So if Goku Super Saiyan 3 can tie or even beat Kid Buu, then naturally he would be able to beat Super Buu. So yeah, not a bad question though. Do you want to see Goku's mother in DBZ Battle of Gods 2? It's not Battle of Gods 2. This is 5 months ago, so don't blame the guy this question was asked 5 months ago. This is Fakatsu no F coming up, and I really, really, really doubt, unless we get some kind of mega throwback flashback thing, that we're going to see Goku's mother. I don't care either way. I don't care either way. It's not like she was she didn't play any part at all in the series. She's just someone we recently found out about. I mean, it would be kind of cool to see her, but I would not want her to be a main role of any kind. I feel like that would distract too much from the DBZ that we know and love. I mean, you know, give me the action. Goku's mom was a thing, and that's cool, but I have no emotional attachment to her at all, so I don't really care if we see her or not. Aurelie versus Goku Super Saiyan 3. If you've ever seen DBZ League, you would have to pick Aurelie, because Aurelie's boss. DBZ League is something that was going on the TGN channel. I don't know if they do it anymore or not. But that is Aurelie Namekian versus Goku Super Saiyan 3. I'll leave that up to you to decide. F, marry, kill, Frieza, Cooler, Android 13. Okay. Well, here's the problem. You put two dudes in here. I can't find a loophole with this one either. Well, no, you put 3 dudes in here. Android 13's a dude. Well, probably marry the android. I don't know if Cooler and Frieza even have those organs, so I don't know. I would probably, oh god, did we kill Frieza? I guess we kill Frieza. I don't know. Not about, yeah, I'm gonna leave that at that. That question is too weird for me. Do you have any experience with the Elder Scrolls and Fallout? Oh, Omar. Omar is and I know this question's old. I know this question's so old, but actually, when I very first started live streaming on Twitch, it either began or it ended in March. I think it began in March. No, Fallout ended in March. Very first game I live streamed, very first game that I like full-blown live streamed on Twitch. Super Mario Sunshine, don't watch that playthrough. It's up on the YouTube channel, but don't watch that playthrough. It's bad. I'm about to replay through that. And Fallout New Vegas were the games I did. And Fallout New Vegas, legitimately, I live streamed that. That was back when I only had like 30 viewers. I had a couple regulars showing up here and there, but like if I broke 30 viewers, it was an amazing stream for me. It was like one of the best live streams I ever had. When I used to break 40 viewers, I would get so excited, and that's like that's bad. That's like half of what I get now on a bad day. But yeah, that was Fallout New Vegas, one of the first games I ever streamed. I put over 60 hours into one playthrough, did all 4 DLCs, Didn't do all the side quests, but man, I ran that game up and down. Yeah, Fallout. I love Fallout. Played Fallout 3 to hell and back. Wasn't even my game. I borrowed it from a friend. Played Fallout New Vegas. Absolutely amazing. And then Elder Scrolls. I played 4. I played Oblivion a lot as a kid growing up, like as like pre-YouTube channel and everything. I played Oblivion a lot, and I really liked that game. But apparently the level up system in Oblivion's pretty messed up, so not a lot of people like it that much. And then I've beaten Skyrim once. I've started like 6 or 7 games, but I haven't. These are like unfinished games that I would do a bunch of side quests on and then like not lose interest, but just stop playing Skyrim. Then when I came back, I wanted to make a new character. So I've only officially beaten Skyrim one time, but I've played it enough to know some ins and outs, most of the ins and outs of Skyrim. So there's that. Not a bad question, no more though. Love Fallout New Vegas to death though. Is Shadow stronger than Sonic? And Elva Killer is my cousin. So Elva Killer is actually, at least 5 months ago, was one of my regular commenters and a very active subscriber on my channel. I do remember that, even though it was 5 months ago. God, these questions are old. I'm not mad at people I'm mad at myself for not answering them quicker. But is Shadow stronger than Sonic? See, people always, they have this debate, and I am always inclined to say that yes, Shadow is stronger than Sonic. For those of you who don't know, I am a Shadow fanboy, but I don't think I think this because I'm a Shadow fanboy, if that makes sense. My logical explanation is Shadow is basically a direct Sonic clone, which technically he isn't because Shadow's like 50 years older than Sonic, or at least 40-ish years, 32-ish, 34 years older than Sonic. Shadow's 50 years old, Sonic's always 16, I think. But Shadow's 50 years old, so Shadow is older than Sonic, so technically he can't be a Sonic clone. But for the sake of everything, when Shadow came into play and all, Shadow's essentially a Sonic clone, right? He is exactly Sonic, except Shadow has Chaos powers. Now, we know Sonic somehow pulled off the Chaos Control once, but Shadow has Chaos Spear, Shadow has, he had Chaos Control, he had one other move, he had another Chaos move. So, and it's questionable whether he actually needs a Chaos Emblem or a Chaos Emerald to do this or not. But Sonic can't really do much, and I might be wrong on this. I think that totally changes for the sake of the cartoon. I'm not going off the cartoon, I'm going off the video games. Sonic can't do much with one Chaos Emerald. With one Chaos Emerald, Shadow can hit the Chaos Spear. He can hit his other Chaos move that I'm forgetting. He can hit the Chaos Control, which Sonic did one time, so that's kind of iffy. But and again, we don't even know if Shadow needs, because it's back and forth from game to game. But we don't even know if Shadow needs a Chaos Emerald to do these Chaos moves, like Chaos Spear. So that's my thing. Shadow is exactly Sonic. I mean, if you look at, take the skin away, look at a real sense of it. Shadow is exactly Sonic, except he has Chaos powers. That's why I think Shadow is stronger than Sonic. If you have any, if I have any Sonic Turbo nerds watching this, feel free to correct me in the comment section down below. That's my thought. I'm going through questions really slow today, but I like it. It's a feel. I'm getting back into my flow. Like I said, I've been gone it's been over a week since I've actually recorded any video of any kind. So it's nice. It's nice. I feel like I get to talk to you guys again. But I'm taking my time with this, and I like it. It's a good relaxed pace. I like it. It's just me here today too. I mean, I love having guests and stuff, but this is a good way to get back into it. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? The answer is watch Chuck on Netflix. I don't know if someone's giving me a Chuck ad. I don't even know what Chuck is. My counter question to you is how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck Norris? And the answer to that is all of it. He could chuck all of it if he could chuck Norris. Anyway, so when you get Xenoverse, how will you design your character and what will you call him or her? I don't even know yet, to be completely honest. I'm probably going to do at least 3 playthroughs of Xenoverse. At least in my head now, I have at least 3 playthroughs of Xenoverse. I am going to do a Saiyan male playthrough. I am going to do an Arcosian playthrough, and I'm probably going to do a Majin playthrough. But at least 2 playthroughs coming at you. I'm iffy about Namekian, because Namekian, if this storyline doesn't have any difference from race to race, like if the Saiyan race playthrough is the exact same as the Majin race playthrough, storyline-wise, I don't want to play as the Namekian solely because Namekian is big on defense, and just my style, and I feel like defense is going to be a boring thing to watch, and just my style and how I typically play games, I'm going to want a high offense character. So to have a Namekian-based character who, I did demo fights with Namekians. I didn't like being a Namekian because the fight is so much slower, because they don't hit as hard as anybody else, but their defense is ramped up, and that just wasn't as fun to me. So that's the reason I wouldn't play as a Namekian if that happened. And I see no point in playing it. Like, they have not given me a reason to want to play as a human race character yet. They have given me no reason at all to want to play as a human yet, because humans and Saiyans are the exact same, except Saiyans can go Super Saiyan. As of right now, to the best of my knowledge, that's the only difference. Saiyans can go Super Saiyan, humans can't. So, like, why would I play as a human when Saiyan's an option? You could probably make a Saiyan and not even make him go Super Saiyan. Then you have a human character. I mean, that's the same thing. From what I know, if there's been an update or anything, please feel free to tell me in the comment section. But yeah, at least 2 playthroughs, probably a third one with Majin, because I'm assuming Majin will have its own different fight style too. So there's that. Why didn't Gotenks go Super Saiyan 3 when he fought Beerus? Good question. It could just be a continuity error. Maybe they kind of forgot that they should have done that. Or it's possible Gotenks didn't want to take the time to power up to Super Saiyan 3, because it does take a few seconds for them to channel enough energy to pull it off. I think. I mean, I could be wrong on that, but that's my best guess. That's my best guess, is that it probably takes them just a split second to channel it up. And with how cocky Gotenks is, he probably thought for whatever, even though he just saw all of his friends get destroyed, including Ultimate Gohan, get destroyed, he probably thought, oh, we're Gotenks, we're going to kick his ass anyway, and that's totally not the way that went down. I got enough time for a couple more questions, or well, 1 or 2 more questions on this end. We'll see how it goes. What if Raditz is revived in DBZ Battle of Gods 2? As we know, again, this is 5 months old. Fukatsu no F is the name of it now. What if Raditz is revived? Well, now we know it's Frieza too, but if Raditz were to be revived, we speculated that briefly. It would be funny if Raditz just non-stop just trained with, like, Cell and Frieza in Otherworld. Now, we know, as far as the manga goes, there isn't even a hell because he wouldn't be allowed to keep his body. But just for the sake of humoring you guys, let's just say Raditz is somehow alive in Otherworld, right? Kept his body, whatever. And he just lets Cell and Frieza keep beating him to the point of death over and over again, and then letting him Saiyan or Zenkai boost his way back up. Raditz could be really strong if he just keeps doing that from the moment he dies to, or from the moment Frieza dies, I guess. I don't know. It's a weird speculation, but no. That was a decent question 5 months ago, and I'm sorry it took me this long to answer it. All right, one more question. That way we eliminate the 5-month thing. Who or what do Saiyans worship other than King Vegeta? Saiyans don't really worship anyone. I mean, they do have the monarchy thing going. They have have King Vegeta and then Prince Vegeta. And I think that's about it, you know? I mean, other than that, they do their whole slave planet trade thing. And they just go blow up planets and then sell them for money. And other than that, that's kind of how they do their thing. I don't think they worship. I don't think they have a god. You know, that's nothing that's ever mentioned. They're not like, may Talos guide me or anything. Like, you never hear that. So I think they just kind of do their own thing. All right, and with that, actually, Kay thanks Arthur Jefferson. And why not? All right, and we'll call that at the why is this question from 5 months ago? You're messing up the timeline. All right, do you play video games other than the ones on your stream? There was a time when I didn't have a lot of time. I was working a whole lot. I still work now, but I've got a break for the next little bit. But there was a time when I did not have time to play any games that I didn't stream. But right now, I do Sonic Adventure 2 off stream. I Chow Garden. I do Chow Garden off stream, and then I do I play a lot of League of Legends with friends off stream. And then aside from that, no. And it's not because I don't want to be playing these games. It's just because I don't have the time. Like, if I have the time to be playing a game, I need to be streaming that game, because if not, I'll never get to stream, if that makes any sense. But there we go. Thank you, Seth Wheeler. Let's go to the top here. All right, I think I just refreshed this and we'll be good to go. All right, here we go. We're at the top. And let's go to more recent questions. This one asked, you can see how long ago they were asked. I just saw What If Vegeta was Super Saiyan against Frieza, a video from Quaman. Frieza was eating a crab, something I haven't seen before, and even more pieces I haven't seen. Can you tell me what keywords are for searching purposes? Okay, well, I do remember Frieza eating the crab scene. It just happened to wash up. I don't know if... How does Frieza know that he likes Namekian crab? Whatever. For searching purposes, you might just have to find that episode. If you haven't seen it and you've been paying attention, you might... I don't know if they cut that out of Kai or not. I don't watch Kai, even though I want to. I don't watch Kai. I don't know if they cut that out of Kai, so that's how you might have missed it. Or maybe you caught some kind of, like, shortened version. But that's definitely a thing that happens. I totally remember that. And if you want to find it for searching purposes... Sorry, my phone went off. Look up... You got to find the episode, and it's one of the times when Frieza is beating up Goku. So it's just one of the times when Frieza's beating the shit out of Goku, obviously before Goku goes Super Saiyan. It's somewhere in there. So there's like a 4 or 5 videos or episode span. But if you hit that mark, It'll be somewhere in there. And if you go to dbz.tv, they have every episode of Dragon Ball Z ever. So just start shooting around, just start smashing episodes around the 100-ish mark. Just start smashing episodes around the 100 to 200 mark, somewhere in there, until you find the Frieza one. I think it's like late 150. I don't know. And then you'll find it. You'll find it. But yeah, I don't. And if not, just Google Frieza eating crab and see if anything comes up. That's my best guess. Hi Thundershot, I have a theory for you. What if Cell killed Gohan? Would Goku then go Super Saiyan 4 because his son, or same with Vegeta from Steve the Cut? Okay, well, Super Saiyan 4 is definitely out of the question, but with the recent stuff that happened in Battle, well, semi-recent stuff that happened in Battle of Gods, it kind of threw me for a loop, because this question actually eliminates Super Saiyan 4. Just say, would Goku power up enough to beat Cell, for instance, and this question actually now has a little bit of oomph behind it, because of the recent... Okay, Gohan snapped, right? Gohan always had this hidden power inside of him. They knew that since he was a child. Gohan always had this hidden power. That's what he unlocked to let him go Super Saiyan 2. Vegeta in Battle of Gods got really mad because Beerus hit Bulma and went off on this tangent. And again, we don't know, like, obviously we know Vegeta didn't actually hurt Beerus, but we don't know if, like, he didn't really do anything at all to Beerus, but Roshi does say that he did surpass Goku's power, which is really, really, really strange. So I guess the question here is, could Goku possibly do something like that in the Cell games if Cell killed Gohan? Would he be able to get enraged enough to beat Cell? Because obviously a Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, who is Super Saiyan 2 when Super Saiyan 3 Goku got shit on against Beerus, Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta being able to even land punches on Beerus, I feel like if Goku got that kind of power up, then all he would need is a few seconds to kill Cell, which he could do. I'm losing my train of thought. I'm getting way out of there. I'm mad because the Vegeta being Super Saiyan 2 thing doesn't make sense in Battle of Gods. Him being Super Saiyan 2 and being able to get hits in on Beerus. But I think if Goku got that same power up, I do think Goku could blow away Cell. Now, I think that would be super lame and a really cheap way out. That's why I wish that they hadn't done that with Vegeta. If they were going to make Vegeta mad in Battle of Gods, they should have made him go Super Saiyan 3. That's how that would have made sense. Vegeta goes Super Saiyan 3, then Vegeta beats the shit out of Beerus, or at least gets his couple hits in, whatever, before Beerus throws him aside. Then it makes sense that he's actually stronger than Goku. Now I'm all thrown for a loop, but thank you, Steve McCood, for the question nonetheless. But no, in the actual DBZ terms, if Cell kills Gohan right there, then we lose that fight and the world blows up to Cell. If Gohan dies in that position, then nobody, like, Cell wins. That's the end of that scenario. Namekians can regenerate, right? Then how did Kid Goku defeat King Piccolo? He did. He blasted him through the chest. That's actually a really good question, because according to Piccolo's logic, it's always, as long as his head isn't damaged, he can regenerate. And Goku blew right through King Piccolo's chest. He didn't actually take off his head. So, my only guess is that Piccolo's kind of full of crap. He says as long as his head isn't damaged, he can regenerate. But then if you think about it, how has Piccolo died, right? Piccolo has been death beamed through the heart before. Oh my god, how am I forgetting how Piccolo's died? But he did die getting beamed through the heart. He did die getting a death beam shot through the heart before. Or no, did Frieza kill him then? I'm so out of it, guys. I'm sorry. It's kind of late at night. But no, I think simply Goku blowing out his chest probably ripped his heart out, and he died before he had time to regenerate. That's my guess. That before he could regenerate his heart, he died, because that one will probably kill you pretty quick. But good question, TJ. Bruh. Hey, Thundershot. So if Kami is considered God, does that technically make Piccolo the devil? He was always Demon King Piccolo. So, I mean, he's king of the demons, which in theory would kind of make him the devil. But Kami, that's a weird one. Because he just kind of called himself God. But Kami's called God. Kami translates to God. Kai translates into God. Beerus is a god of destruction. So I'm not 100% sure what a god is, or if it actually means anything in the Dragon Ball Z world anymore. But yeah, I mean, you could technically say King Piccolo's the devil, but not really, because the devil should be watching over hell. I don't know. I don't know if there is necessarily an exact devil in the DBZ world. Hey, Thundershot, I have a question. Was Vegeta Super Saiyan 2 against Kid Buu in the last fight where he was buying time for Goku? I know in the manga he has bolts surrounding him, but in the anime he didn't. Also in Battle of Gods he never actually went Super Saiyan 2. There was no electricity around him. I do not think, I mean, I know you can look it up, and I do not think it's officially stated anywhere that just because there's electricity around you means that you're Super Saiyan 2. I think that it comes down to a level of control. So Vegeta does, to me, there's no way he can be Super Saiyan 1. Even, fuck, I could see Akira writing that in, though. I could see Akira writing it in, they only go Super Saiyan 1. To me, Vegeta would have to be Super Saiyan 2 to be strong enough to even do what he did to Beerus. I mean, it doesn't make sense. He should have to be stronger than Super Saiyan 2 to do what he did to Beerus. He should have to be stronger than Super Saiyan 3 to do what he did to Beerus. But he did it nonetheless. With your theory and with the direction Akira's trying to go, it's possible he stayed in Super Saiyan 1. I hope that he didn't, because that makes even less sense than him being in Super Saiyan 2 does. But I think you can get to the point to where you can power up to Super Saiyan 2, and if you can control it, there doesn't have to be lightning, there doesn't have to be all these flares and all this crazy shenanigans going on, you know what I mean? Because, hell, pretty sure Goku was making huge lightning bolts happen around him when he went Super Saiyan 1 for the first time, so I don't know. But no, even though it's kind of a telltale, electricity does not immediately translate to Super Saiyan 2, and no electricity does not immediately translate to it not being Super Saiyan 2. Merry Christmas, bro. Hey, Merry Christmas, man. Hope you had a good holiday. This is what we would call a bad troll right here. I try to give some people who type incorrect words or something the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they're super young, maybe they're foreign, or English isn't their first language, I should say. But this is a bad troll, so there you go. Not quite a question either. I absolutely love Dragon Ball Evolution. Do you too? I'm not your guy, but if you want to hit up Mr. Quaman's Land, I'm sure he would love to talk with you about how awesome Dragon Ball Evolution is. What makes you stronger, being purely evil or pure hatred? Logic says good, but Kid Buu and Majin Vegeta have disproven that. Evil apparently makes you smarter too, because Evil Buu could talk properly while Mr. Buu couldn't. But there are examples of the opposite as well. Tien second shown tournament. I don't know if good and evil necessarily has a lot to do with like a direct translation of power. Kid Buu was pure concentrated evil, but I don't know. I feel like you could put his power, I feel like, is separate from that. Like he's pure concentrated evil. It's hard to explain. But then again, look at like Kami. Kami is pure concentrated good, and his power level is like nothing in comparison to even King Piccolo later on in the Dragon. Like King Piccolo and Kami, neither one of them stood a chance at even the opening saga of Dragon Ball Z. You know what I mean? Like the Saiyan saga, none of them would have been able to keep up at all. In that regard. So no, I don't think being purely evil or purely good, because Super Janemba was purely evil, Kid Buu was purely evil, and they were around the same power level. King Piccolo was legitimately the evil half of Piccolo, so he was purely evil. Kami was legitimately the good half of Piccolo, and his power level wouldn't keep up. So no, good and evil don't necessarily translate into power. Kid Buu just happened to have, I mean, you know, the body of a being that was that powerful. And obviously the others were able to train their way to it, but not a bad idea to spitball on. Hey Thundershot, what do you think it would be like for Goten and Trunks, Chi-Chi and Bulma if Goku and Vegeta stay fused as Vegito? Shitty? I guess? I don't know. I mean, Goten and Trunks might have a pretty fun time with their super new kick-ass greatest dad in the universe, kind of, except it's got Vegeta in him. I don't know. Interesting. He might have to go with that Mormon lifestyle now that he's got 2 wives. I don't know if they would stay with him or not. That's not a bad thing to try to speculate. Alright. Was Ginyu in his original body for the first time when we see him? Does he have one? If so, do ever wonder what his origin form looks like? Here's the thing. Ginyu knows, and I think this is actually something that either came out of Black and Fist or Quaman's mouth first, and I'm just repeating it, but I don't remember. Ginyu knows he can change bodies, right? He knows in his head, he's like, I know how to do the change body technique. There is no way to practice the change body technique. So in my head, that means he had to have done the change body technique to know he could do it. And I think it's been hinted at in interviews before with Akira that that is not Ginyu's original body, but that is something to think about. It's something really interesting to think about. But no, I think Ginyu can do the body change. In fact, Quaman and I speculated a theory. I'll leave his channel link in the description down below if I remember. If I forget. Oh, Dino sending me Twitter DMs. If I forget, someone please remind me, but I think I'm going to leave a link to Mr. Kwame's Land's channel in the description. He's also one of my video partners, so if you click on my channel link, you'll see his in the recommended channels on the side. But we had a speculation one time that we thought Captain Ginyu and Goldo could actually take over the universe if they wanted to. If Goldo surprised telekinesis someone, and again, I think Frieza might have been strong enough that he could have broken Goldo's telekinesis, but we don't know. We don't know for sure because nobody ever actually broke Goldo's telekinesis, but let's just say Goldo telekinesis someone and he holds them still, and then Captain Ginyu shows up and does the body change technique. Well, they can do that with Frieza. Well, they can do that with Cell. Well, they can do that with Majin Buu. They can do that with Beerus. They can do that with Whis. I mean, you know. So, technically, Captain Ginyu could have ruled the world, but luckily for us, he's stuck in a frog. Why didn't Goku teach Kaio-Ken to any other Z fighters? If he did it, would it have made a difference to the story? There was nobody as strong as Goku regardless. So, other than maybe on Namek when they were first trying to fight off Raykum and Berter and Jace, I don't think it would have mattered. And on top of that, I feel like Goku wouldn't want to teach it to anyone that he knows, because if their body can't handle it, then they die. All their cells explode, essentially. So I feel like Goku would hold that one back. Like, he wouldn't want to teach that to Gohan, because if Gohan F's up and tries to go too hard, or if Gohan's body can't handle Kaio-Ken to begin with, then he blows up. And he wouldn't want to do that to Gohan. Plus, it's like, we don't know how much, like, if Goku struggled with the Kaio-Ken really badly at first. And if Goku was to the point to where he almost couldn't handle it the first time that he tried it, how long does Gohan have to go before Gohan's even ready? You know what I mean? So, yeah. So, Goku's definitely had his dickbag moments, but I don't think not teaching the Kaio-Ken was one of them. Not teaching the Spirit Bomb might have been. I don't know. What if Goku married Bulma? Would there still be Trunks? There would be a form of Trunks. I mean, yes, I would imagine so. I don't think a lot would be different. Goku marries Bulma. I just naturally assume that Vegeta marries Chi-Chi. And then you have some... Goten and Trunks look a little bit different, but they're still Goten and Trunks, essentially. I see a lot of videos about that. I never want to make a video on that. I never understood that question. Like, I don't know how different it would be, but I do see a lot of videos. Did Vegeta ever get married to Bulma? If so, when? I don't think they had a wedding date. I mean, if they did, it was off camera. I don't know that one off the top of my head. If Immortal fuses with an Immortal, will they die? From Tyler. Who is immortal in the DBZ world? The only people who are immortal to the point to where they cannot die anymore in the DBZ world are people who are already dead. Or maybe King Yemma. I don't know if King Yemma is dead or not. But no, nobody's immortal in the DBZ world. And, oh, except for that little shit Garlic. Who, yeah, Garlic Jr. who wishes himself. He gets dropped in the dead zone. I would assume if Immortal fuses with an Immortality would win that one. Tyler, thank you for asking this question, so they wouldn't be able to die. But if Immortal fuses with a dead person, they die. I know that much. Because I think it was Vegito. Vegito was still dead. And Goku and Vegeta fused, and they had a Halo. Or maybe that was a Gogeta one. I don't remember. I'm so bad at this right now. I'm sorry. My head's out of it. I'm getting back into making videos. Thank you for the question, Tyler. I think Immortality wins that one. Then the bitches, but I'm not sure. What if Nappa became Super Saiyan in the fight with the Z fighters? Vegeta doesn't kill him, and Nappa kills everyone. I mean, that's pretty much the end. Alright, Goku backwards is Ukog. This confirms that everything except for Dragon Ball Evolution is non-canon thoughts. Well, holy crap. If everything except Dragon Ball Evolution is non-canon, then that means that Half-Life 3 is confirmed and somehow Kirby is stronger than Majin Buu, and everything I just said is a load of bullshit, so let's keep going. Ultra Mega Super Saiyan Infinity God times Infinity with Multiversal Spirit Bomb absorbed. Vegito plus Gogeta versus Mr. Satan. Mr. Satan, hands down. Oh my god, next question. Did you see Kirby vs. Buu by HCL? At this point, he asked this question before the video went up, but I do have a video up on Mr. Kwame. I've talked about him so much today. Up on Mr. Kwame's Lance channel. I have a video up where I speculate. I had to break my rule of I don't watch Screw Attack videos at all. And they wanted me to make the video with them, so I had to break my rule to see how badly they fucked up the Kirby vs. Majin Buu fight, and they fucked it up as badly as I thought. But there's a whole video up, and I give my input and stuff like that over on Mr. Kwame and Land's channel. It's the guy you'll never know. Goodbye. What's your opinion on the most recent death battle again? Yeah, again, I have a video up on that. Good God, they suck at stuff though, right? Like, how badly do they fuck up? Okay, so I guess there's a part in Dragon Ball, and I don't remember this. It was left in a comment. We'll start with the fact that they claim that Majin Buu never fought an opponent who was faster than the speed of light. But there's an episode in Dragon Ball where Goku was a child, is fighting Tien. Tien does a solar flare, and to escape it, Goku outspeeds solar flare, solar, light, flash. We've seen the solar flare. Goku outruns light to get to Master Roshi's shades on time. So we know from Dragon Ball, Goku is faster than the speed of light. So there's a filthy lie right there that's so bad because Goku is like 800 billion times stronger at the end of Dragon Ball Z when he fights Majin Buu than he is in Dragon Ball. So they're already off by about, 80,000 billion light years. Which is a distance, not a time. Anyway, on top of that, Kirby is not light speed. Kirby can hop on a star that takes him light speed, but Kirby is not on that star 24/7. And the moment Kirby steps off that star, Majin Buu will kill him. Instantly kill him. Kirby is not fast at all in comparison. He could throw punches really fast, according to Smash Bros, but not nearly fast enough to keep up with anything Majin Buu would swing. But yeah, I don't even want to get started on how badly they screwed that up. I want to make my own death battle someday, actually. Tell me what you guys think about this. I want to make my own death battle someday where instead of, I'll make up facts and, I'll pretend like I looked up some stuff, but then instead at the end, I just pick who I want to win as opposed to actually who should win that battle, and then I'll see if I can get 1 million subscribers. Anyway, are you getting the Trunks Travel Edition or the Day 1 Edition? I have to get the Day 1 Edition because the Trunks Travel Edition is only available in Europe and a couple other regions. It's not actually available in North America, which sucks. I would love to get the figurine and everything Xenoverse had to offer, but oh well. No, I will be getting the Day 1 Edition. I will have Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, and I will have the battle armor, the silver and gold battle armor that comes with it, or crystal and gold, whatever they're calling it. Do you think Vegeta's kryptonite spot or weak spot is his dick? I mean, he doesn't like getting hit in the dick, that's for sure, but Vegeta's weak spot is kind of everywhere. Because people beat the shit out of him a lot. I mean, Beerus beat the shit out of him, Cell beat the shit out of him, Frieza beat the shit out of him. I mean, pretty much every Majin Buu, every major villain in the Dragon Ball Z world beat the shit out of him. Android 18 beat the shit out of him. So, I mean, he's kind of got a weak spot everywhere, but he does like to run his mouth a lot. So that's Vegeta for you in a nutshell. There are more questions I could pull up. There they are right there. How many is Watermelon by Ethan? 7. 7 Watermelon. That's going to go wrap it up for me. I've already gone over my time by like 6 minutes. Jesus Christ, I answered questions too long. Thank you guys for coming out. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to try to get back to doing these Ask FM things once a week. Once again, if you have any questions, I will throw the link to my Ask FM in the comment section down below. Maybe your questions will make it into a video next week. Who knows? But thank you guys for coming out. I hope you guys enjoyed today's videos. I am Thundershot, and I'm out. Peace.